Imagine you're flying a small plane all by yourself, high above the Australian coast. The sun has set, the sky is turning a deep, dark blue, and then you see it. A strange light, a bizarre shape, moving in ways that defy everything you know about aviation. You grab the radio to report it, your voice trembling just a little, and then mid-sentence, your radio cuts out, silence, forever. This isn't a movie scene. This was the last known experience of pilot Frederick Valentich. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into one of the most chilling and perplexing aviation mysteries in history, the unsolved disappearance of Frederick Valentich. Was it a close encounter of the third kind, a tragic accident, or something else entirely? Let's get into the details and try to piece this puzzle together. So, who is Frederick Valentich? Picture a determined 20-year-old pilot from Australia. He was young, ambitious, and passionate about flying, steadily logging hours to build his career. On the evening of October 21st, 1978, he hopped into a single-engine Cessna 182 for what should have been a routine flight from Moorabbin Airport near Melbourne to King Island, about 150 miles away. The weather was clear, the flight plan was standard, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. But just 45 minutes after takeoff, as he was cruising over the Bass Strait, Valentich made a radio call that would become legendary. At 7:06 p.m., he contacted Melbourne Air Traffic Control. His message was baffling. He reported seeing a large, unidentified aircraft flying near him, maybe 1,000 feet below. But then he corrected himself, saying, "It seems to be a large aircraft." And it is not an aircraft. He described it as a long, metallic object with a bright green light on it. He told the controller it was hovering motionless, then it began circling his plane. The controller, Steve Roby, was understandably confused. He confirmed there were no other known aircraft in the area. Valentich continued to describe the object's impossible movements. He said it was playing a game with him, flying over his plane so fast he couldn't even see it properly. He mentioned his engine was starting to run rough. The controller asked him to identify the aircraft. Valentich's reply was haunting. "It's not an aircraft." Then things got even weirder. He reported the object was now orbiting him at incredible speed. His final chilling transmission wasn't words. It was a 17-second burst of strange, metallic, scraping sounds. After that, nothing. Just static. Frederick Valentich and his Cessna had vanished from the face of the earth. An extensive search and rescue operation was launched, covering thousands of square miles of land and sea. But they found absolutely nothing. No debris, no oil slick. Not a single trace of the plane or its pilot. It was as if they had been erased from existence. So, what happened out there? The most popular and sensational theory is, of course, a UFO abduction. The behavior Valentich described, the impossible speeds, the hovering, the strange lights, it just doesn't line up with any conventional aircraft from 1978 or even today. And several witnesses on the ground later came forward, claiming they saw a green light moving erratically in the sky that same night, right around the time of Valentich's disappearance. This theory suggests he encountered something truly otherworldly and paid the ultimate price. But let's look at the more skeptical explanations. One theory suggests Valentich became disoriented. It was dark, he was flying over water with no clear horizon, and he might have been suffering from vertigo. This could have caused him to see his own plane's lights reflected off the water, or mistake stars or even the planet Venus for another craft. Pilots call this the graveyard spiral, where you become so disoriented you don't even realize you're spiraling toward the ground. But does this explain the detailed description of the object or that final bizarre metallic sound on the radio? Another theory is simply that he crashed. The Bass Strait is notorious for its rough waters and unpredictable weather. He could have experienced a sudden engine failure and crashed into the sea before he could send a proper distress call. But if that's the case, where is the wreckage? Planes are designed with parts that float. Over the years, bits and pieces of other crash planes have washed ashore in that area, but never anything confirmed to be from Valentich's Cessna. Then there's the outlier theory that he staged his own disappearance. Some have speculated that he wanted to start a new life and fake the whole thing. But there's zero evidence to support this. He had a good relationship with his family, a girlfriend, and a promising future. His family has always maintained that he was a responsible young man who would never put them through that kind of pain. And so, more than 40 years later, the Valentich case remains wide open. No plane, no body, no definitive answers. Just the chilling final words of a young pilot describing something that was not an aircraft. It stands as one of the most credible and well-documented UFO encounters in aviation history, leaving us all to wonder what really happened that night over the Bass Strait. So, what's your take? Was it a genuine UFO encounter, a simple case of pilot disorientation, or something else we haven't even considered? I'd love to read your theories down in the comments. If you found this mystery as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.